Alright, hello everyone, welcome to another Wingit Replay Review Analysis Advance Wars Wingit Advance War Replay. Anyways, we have another game versus Said number 5, Golden Probe Redux. Sorry, this map seems pretty interesting enough. 2 comm towers available kind of in the middles. Yeah, I'm playing Max, who gets plus 20% attack power on all direct units, but loses 10% attack power in one range on all his indirects. So it means artillery, rockets, missiles, battleships, carriers, if that's relevant enough for you. And I'm versing Said, who's playing Andy, who has no day-to-day abilities, but his big things is his healing. I believe his normal power is plus 2 HP back every turn, just for that turn. Super power is plus 5, I think it's plus 5 HP back, plus 20% total attack with the roll bonus, and plus 1 move. Max gets plus 1 move, plus 2 move for normal and the super respectively, and his power just kind of goes through the roof. I think he gets like, what is it, like plus 80? Where's the Advanced Wars wiki? So their attack for his max force level 1 increases to plus 30%, and for his superpower increases to plus 50%, which means he gets to be Advanced Wars 1 max again for a day, which is kind of cool. Anyways, I suppose enough dilly-dallying, let's begin on. I still need to eventually make those CEO dossier things, which I'll make at some point. Oh no, Said, why? I forgot to build an infantry. Oh no! That's most unfortunate. That's not a good start. So we're tied back up on infantry, which is not a good thing for Said, because they usually want Said wants to be 1 unit ahead because he's player 2. Just kind of doing the normal capping phase. Let me see if there's anything like too egregious over here. I don't think there's anything. Neither of us have done anything too egregious besides Said just missing his first infantry. I don't know if I fully agree with this, like going back here, because I think this is better personally. You pop here, get this, pop up, and then you get this base the next time. I mean, this is kind of good, more economical, but I'm already caught up. I don't know, I just don't personally agree with it, but that could just be me. Kind of checking for anything too out of the ordinary. Kind of going very hard on the left side, going to the right. That has to be a misclick with their phone. I feel that. Because usually, if for a spoiler alert, Said usually plays this game on their phone. So, that has to be a misclick, which really explains where a lot of some of these little problems go from. Which I've been trying to play the game a little less on my phone, because I feel like I make way more mistakes when I'm playing on the phone, because I'm not paying as much attention to the grand picture, and if I'm doing that, like, I'm kind of checking in on things, which, when I'm playing games with my friends, that's fine, but when I'm doing global league matches, I need to pay more attention anyways, so it's like, let's do it. So Said should catch up pretty soon to bringing the classic Said mix. The boys, if you will. More capturing, moving forward, more infantry. I'm kind of spamming out infantry, which granted isn't a bad thing for me to be at. Oh, and the APC. This is truly the Said classic. It's not a bad option to be spamming out infantry because like you're gonna need them, and later I'm gonna want to build a bunch of tanks anyways. I'm trying to look more at Said's capture game, because now that they have the APC out here, this means it's gonna be something interesting. Because typically, what I would probably do if you're gonna do that, I guess they put this here. That way, next turn they can move the... Well, we'll see what they do with the APC, but I'm just kind of curious, like, why... So where does this guy go? He captures, he goes up here. I guess they're going for the airport, which is not a bad option. Honestly, I don't know who... And then they're moving that unit back, which I don't fully agree with, but that could just be me. Especially if you're building another infantry, because then you could just get them. Yeah, bottoms up from Third Strike. I love this song. Anyways, you could just move the infantry 1, 2, 3, get it next turn, because it's going to be a little slower than that, but I don't know, this capture game over here has been a little weird. I didn't pay too much attention to mine, because my capture game seems to be doing all right now. I don't notice anything too out of the ordinary, except right now I'm prioritizing the comm tower over the, like, cities right now, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because we're not in combat yet, especially with these slow as butt mechs. But we'll see. Moving forward, capturing back finally, getting some contested property. Going for the comm towers. In fact, then I build an APC? I'm surprised. I usually don't build APCs, although I guess I feel pressured with Said building APCs. I'm saving up a lot of funds for something. We're both kind of just at the point of like neither of us wants to build any of the heavier units, which is surprising. Especially because, like, I've been tempted to make, like, some, like, basic little, like, oh, who is Andy in Advance Wars and stuff like that, like, and talk about, like, okay, what's, like, their basic day-to-day, that kind of stuff, their superpowers, some little basic quick little strategy you can come up with, and, like, what are their favorite and least favorite units, but I'm also not experienced enough, I think, to super talk about that. I might just make them just to make them and then update them later, because let them be bad, that'll get me some vision on my videos, on the Advance Wars videos, and then just work on them again, and then just like, oh, remake them later when I'm more popular, but that seems kind of disingenuous. And if I'm gonna start making tutorial content again, I need to start with Skullgirls again. I need to get back to doing 2-minute matchups. People miss that series a lot, and I kind of do too. Triple tank all across the sky. You love to see it. So what now? More captures. We're soon to be getting into combat soon. The mechs are rolling out. That's 3 mechs, jeezel. Squad over there, double tank and infantry, so we're tied up on tanks now. Let's see what I build. Get into the cover of the force, because it makes a fair amount of sense. We're going to be getting into combat soon. Finishing up my captures, moving on up, moving a tank out. I don't think... Okay, I'm kind of... Yeah, I'm covering right here a little bit, so this tank covers this tank, but then I'm not covering from anything in particular. I guess this guy can move here, but it just feels like I'm leaving my center high and dry. Okay, whatever, I'm hearing noises. But anyways, I'm kind of leaving my center high and dry for this tank to go just start terrorizing in here, which is definitely a mistake on my end, because I'm maxed. My tanks are freaking crazy. I should just have a tank here ready to go. And then I build a mech and 2 infantry and a battlecopter. Not terrible, especially because I have an APC, but I made a crucial mistake already. My APC isn't in range to pick up the mech. I guess the mech was a last-minute decision, which seems kind of silly. And yeah, my front area, like, this is a problem. Like, I have this guy kind of here to help cover a little bit, but he won't be able to do everything. I mean, I guess he kind of is, but that's a free shot with their tank. They can just go here and whack him. Just say, screw you guys, I'm going home. The mechs are reporting in, moving up. Moving that APC out to get more units out. Yeah, like I said, this is just a free whack right here. Like, I have nothing to stop this. And I already got a tank covering it, so it's like, well, this is bad. I mean, I guess I have this guy, but, well, 1, 2... I think, yeah, it's tread. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, tanks should have 6 move, because medium tanks have 5 move. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do forests reduce I keep forgetting, and I wish Advance Wars by web, but at least the replay viewer would be able to get me that info a little easier, so I don't have to, like, look it up. I move forward and start capping for some ungodly reason. Let my battlecopter go over there and wreak a little havoc, because I don't have an anti-air yet, which is good. They built a recon, which I guess makes some sense for all the infantry running around, but I can't say I fully agree with it. What am I doing with this tank? What am I doing? Granted, I'm not going to get whacked back by the mech, but I'm going to get whacked back by the tank. This is whack, bro. Even though if I got the 10% bonus for, like, the plus 30 attack, this is terrible. What am I doing? Like, this is actually going to get, this could get 2-shot. This is a bam bam, I'm dead, I lose this tank. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. What do I build? Triple tank again? I definitely need it. I threw away a bunch of my tanks anyway, so this is going to be bad. And they don't go after my tank. They don't go after my tank. What are you doing? You didn't go after my tank. I guess they're worried because of, like, my damage bonus, but still, that's bang bang. That's dead as a doornail. So they go after my infantry, which I guess I still don't agree with it, but it's Scorched Earth is the strategy, I suppose, what you'll call it. Just that way they can't cap. Oh, they didn't get the good luck roll, so they gotta go after the city with the thing. Yeah, that would make sense. What are my... I'm just surprised. So now that mech's there saying, don't you even dare stick around. Get out of here. They got a pretty good line right here. They actually built a really fantastic wall. I didn't really get to start building walls till recently because I've been just bad at thinking about making them, but I do a little bit at one point. Like, climb up, but not till recently I started really using the walls, and like, man, walls are really good. Dude, but try to steal the comm tower just out of being a joke. That mech's dead as hell. Like, just bluntly, that mech is dead as a doornail. I think yeah, mech's also a tier above Andy. Starting to cause some trouble, killing that tank, which... What am I doing? That's a free whack with that mech, especially because this infantry just stupidly went after the... I guess it isn't entirely stupid, does the most damage, but you could have damaged this mech and protected the tank a little better. But then again, I guess the tank's kind of a lost cause anyways. Tanks are rolling out. Triple tank again. I got pretty good. I was going to soon be starting being time to build some heavier weapons, I think. Yeah, that's a fantastic job with that mech. Tank going back to heal the infantry. Kills my tank. Kills both of my tanks. That sucks. Stops my cap. Starts capping his own comm tower. Move on up. Hyper repair? I can't say I agree with this, but this is also Sid's first time playing Andy, and it's also like, I can't say. That might have been what actually gets me into the game, because they just threw away their power like that. So go into whack, you have a tank coming out there to defend, which is pretty good. Move the APC down to bring up the mechs, which is pretty nice. Tanks are kind of coming to swarm in on the middle. Yeah, like if you see this is a nice, good, well-made wall. Mine's like just sloppy nonsense. Slop over here. Hey, it's kind of, there's a little wall right there. That's not bad. Why did I put my tank? Okay. I'm gonna move my Cobblecopters over to the left just to do some trouble. Balcopter getting some damage in while it can because my anti-air ain't there yet. Reeky getting freaky. Yeah, it's not the worst, but I can't say I agree with it. Yeah, I think I lose that property. This is bad, and that's blocking my airport. Uh-oh. So I gotta start diverting forces over here to get that airport back up and running. That's not good. What the hell does Chrome want? So moving my tanks in over there, not bad. Moving the mech over there, kind of defending it with the APC, well, not the best location for it, but not the worst. Going after some tanks, doing some damage. Got it, going for the kill. Standing on the airport so they can't build anything until they get rid of my airport. Or my infantry, but I'm doing pretty good in there on my left side of tank. The center is kind of where the big battle's going to be. Like, we have the two little flanks on the side, like over here. And over here, but the center seems like where the most combat's going to be. Is a lot where combat taking place. Because a lot of these end up being wall, power through. Going after each other's HQs. Just lodges that, builds another battlecopter just out of spite. Moving around, joining together to get some more powerful walls. Tank, infantry. Nothing on that third base. That's surprising. Then again, could be mobile because it's kind of bigger man. Building a little shield around there, taking out the battlecopter. Saying, I'll take that deal for $1. Going for the max blast. What am I going to do? That feels like a waste, though. I had the power earlier. Should have popped it. Got some speed. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, it's beautiful and disgusting. I really built the max artillery? Why did I build this? I think I built this as, like, just to show off how bad it is, but it's just, like... I guess there's some use of it in the defense. I kind of just autopiloted some artillery in the defense. Build them. Might have been because I built 2 medium tanks and just need some extra cash to burn. Charging and really doing some heavy damage to Andy over there, but Andy's going to get a hyper repair after this, or hyper upgrade. Don't know if they're going to pop it, but we'll see. Nope, no popping yet. Not too crazy this turn, just kind of do damage into each other's fields. Capping more property, taking out the base. Going after sitting on the HQ just like a jackass. APC back because it's doing pretty good. Medium tank out. Join capping. Battlecopter's going in. I'm surprised where the power... I'm trying to figure out, like, when the power changed over to me. I guess it really was just that hyper repair, and then I got a really good max blast. I went too fast at this, but I'm just, like, trying to find out where the hell I got this power from. Like, what's going on here? Makes sense, kill out the infantry so that way I don't get any explosive warriors coming from my property down there. Gunning them down, battlecopter going. Contesting the bases. And pretty much everything that comes out is going to get met by a max tank, which is pretty good. Starting to get more of their property. Goes for it. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think I would rather pop the upgrade first. And then did the damage. That is unfortunate. That didn't kill. That's really sad. I don't know what the thing for that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez, that +1 movement is really nice. Take out the Chad Max Artillery. I'm sad. Base locks himself. Okay. Dislodge and battlecopter up. Forward cap more of their properties, going after their medium tanks. Doing some damage because the battlecopter can do some pretty good damage. That battlecopter's running out of ammo. That's been a very effective battlecopter. Yeah, I think this is just my win. And then I think we just decided to draw because Cedric just said didn't know how to forfeit. Yeah, this wasn't a bad game, but where was the power change? Maybe it's because I just wasn't paying enough attention over here, but I was doing fairly good on the left. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was actually right here when they popped their hyper repair, because then it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about the superpower anymore. I can just go blast them. Because then it's like, okay, 23, 24, we're doing pretty even on unit count. 22, 20, 19, 25. Versus 23, and then that's when they really start getting blasted. Yeah, like when I get their my power after they popped hyper repair for some reason. Alright, but that wasn't too bad. I think I like that. I hope you all enjoyed then. I'll see you all in the next one. Hopefully a live match or a replay review. One of the two. Goodbye.